Whoa, did you feel that? That was an earthquake. Well, not really an earthquake, but that's what it would kind of feel like if there was. I bring this up because I live in California, the capital of all earthquakes, where eventually the big one will hit. So right now, my family and I are having a major discussion. What do you do with knowledge that these earthquakes are big and they're imminent and they're threatening? What does one do? How do you react to situations where there's a sense of foreboding, there's a sense of something coming, but you don't know where planning ends and God steps in? More simply, you have a financial problem and you're wondering, when does God come in with the miracle? And you're trying to figure things out. How do I get my money together? How do I put my affairs together? Where do we end and God begins? That's the question. What do I do about an impending earthquake? If I know it could be coming, how do I protect myself, factoring in the God part, the spiritual part? So here's the truth. God does not want anyone to sit back on information, on intelligible, actionable information, and do nothing. The purpose of creation is that we see evidence, we weigh the evidence, and then make a decision accordingly. But here's what we never do. We never take away the trust factor in God. In other words, if you do what you can do, if you prepare to the extent that you can prepare, then you can rest assured God will take over. So as an example, right now in my situation being in California, we live in a place where all of my kids are in school. Our lives are here, our businesses, our careers, everything is here. So if I sit back and say to myself, the earthquake will never come, I'll sit back, I'll blank it out, and nothing happens. Well, that's great, except it isn't actionable. You're not really taking action on your side. But what if I prepare to the best of my ability? I get educated, I download the Shake app to get ready for the quake, I pick property that's in a safe location, I do everything I possibly can, considering my situation, to be safe. That's when one can say God will step in. I've done my part, I've acted appropriately, and I've done everything I can do. The rest is up to Him. So when it comes to overcoming life's moments, understand that even though we can't always predict everything coming, what we can do is become educated, do the best we can do, and if the quake is to happen, to know I've done all I can do. God will now take over. So God begins where your efforts in their fullness come to an end. Take the reasonable steps, get educated, be prepared. And once you've done all that you can do, trust Hashem's part of the partnership will step in.